Hello, Guido here from blockbuilders.net, and today I want to show you how you can trade on Lighter. Lighter is the biggest decentralized derivatives exchange right now, and you can see that when you, for example, go to coinmarketcap.com, and you can see that the trading volume in the past 24 hours on Lighter was almost 8 billion, and on Hyperliquid it was a bit above 7.3 billion. So Lighter is actually a bigger than Hyperliquid right now. However, the open interest, so the money that is in the order books, is lower than on Hyperliquid. And as you can see, there are actually 97 markets to trade on Lighter and 242 on Hyperliquid. The main reason why Lighter is so big right now is, first of all, it's actually good and it's a great place to trade. It works very well. And they are probably doing an airdrop soon, so everyone who traded there will get some tokens that they can either hold or sell, and that's why it's really, or one of the reasons why it's really popular right now. And if you want to trade there, I put a link down in the description that you can use, and when you use that link to open an account, you will actually receive more points than without the link. So it boosts your points a bit. So first of all, in order to trade there, you need a wallet, a DeFi wallet. Me, for example, I will use MetaMask. I have a MetaMask wallet in my Chrome browser, and you can also use the Coinbase wallet or like a lot of other wallets that you can connect to Lighter. And then you can basically start trading. You don't need to verify your identity. There's no KYC process here. You just connect your wallet and then you can basically start trading. Lighter is based on an Ethereum layer 2 solution on ZK rollups and zero knowledge proofs, which is actually quite fast. So you don't really feel that you are on a decentralized exchange. It feels more like a centralized exchange in terms of speed because it's quite fast and everything here happens in milliseconds. So and the main reason why people basically use decentralized exchanges is because there's no KYC process and everything is in smart contracts. So the decentralized exchanges can't do any shady stuff or trade against you or any other stuff that users don't like. As I already said, when you want to trade there, you actually need to connect your wallet. I will not show you how to install MetaMask, and there are several videos out there that you can watch. And once you have that wallet, you can basically connect, and then you can start to deposit some money into your account. There are basically two ways to do that. First of all, you can deposit it directly from your wallet, but in order to do that, you need USDC in your wallet. So I will show you. For me, for example, I have some USDC on the Ethereum chain, so I can on my MetaMask wallet, so I can directly deposit it into my Lighter account. You can also, I have some on Arbitrum One, and however none on Base. As you can see, it shows you don't have anything there, but I could use the USDC I have on Ethereum in my MetaMask to deposit it there. I just have to specify the amount I want to deposit there, and then it will be there in a couple of seconds or minutes, depending which chain I use. The other way would be to deposit it from an external wallet. And as I said, you need to deposit USDC. So for example, if you have a Binance account and you have USDC there, and you can just withdraw the USDC from there and to that account here. Basically, I can click on show address, and then it will show me the address there. I could basically send the USDC to, There's a minimum of 5 USDC that you need to deposit, and so you can just try it out with $5 and see if it works, and it should actually work fine. And you can also deposit it from the Solana chain or Base chain or even Avalanche or Hyper-EVM. So Lighter is quite flexible in terms of depositing USDC. If you, for example, have USDT, you can go to Curve, which is better than Uniswap, because the price you are getting is better, and then you can just exchange USDT to USDC, and then you can deposit it into Lighter. And that's basically it. And by depositing, I mean it will be locked in a smart contract. So there's no entity here that can get hacked, basically. So it's all in smart contracts. And you can, I didn't show that yet, you can obviously withdraw it as well. You can either withdraw USDC to the Arbitrum chain or USDC to the Ethereum chain. And that's basically how you can get your money back. It's also quite quick, and because it does it immediately, and for the Arbitrum chain it needs like 15 to 20 seconds. For Ethereum it can take several minutes, and here they claim it can also take up to 2 hours. I did it in the past and it only took like several minutes. So however, but don't expect it to be that fast. So once you have money in your account, you can basically start trading. And the first thing you can do then is you can look for the market you want to trade. So for example, let's go to Bitcoin, and you are trading here basically derivatives. That means you can actually, if you trade and you are technically not buying the cryptocurrency, what you are buying is a contract on the price of the cryptocurrency. That has a couple of advantages. Basically, you can use leverage. As you can see here, for Bitcoin, it's up to 50x. I would only recommend using leverage up to 2 or 3x. And you can also go short. So if you think the price will go down, then you can basically also go short. And there are several order types here that you can use, and there's a market order. A market order basically means you can say, okay, I want to invest $100 into Bitcoin right now, and then you can place a market order and it will basically buy Bitcoin immediately to the best price available right now. Or you can do a limit order and say, okay, I want to invest $1,000 if the price of Bitcoin drops to $80,000, and then you can basically place a limit order. And as you can see here under open orders, here's our limit order. It's also now in the chart. It's a daily chart here. One candle is 1 day. You can change that obviously to 1 hour. So one candle is 1 hour here. And then you can basically see our limit order here. And if the price drops to that level, the order will get filled because the order is now in the order book. And obviously you can cancel it any time. You can also go short with a limit order or a market order. And with a limit order, you could, for example, say you want to go short if the price of Bitcoin goes up to $100,000, and then you can see there's the order now in the order book, and if the price goes to that level, it would open up a short position. So that works very well. And let's open a position and that you can see how everything works. We could just do a long for $100 just to have a position. Its leverage is 2x here. And now you can see under position, and you can see our position value, and we basically have 0.00115 BTC, and you can see our unrealized P&L here, and you can see our margin. Here you would see the liquidation price, but because we have almost $6,000 available here to trade, and the position is only $100 and we can get liquidated. It would be different if we would open up a position for like $10,000, and then you would see basically a liquidation price here. And you can also do different margin modes here. Right now we have cross. That basically means it uses all the money you have in your account, so everything that is available to trade right now, to cover your positions and to protect you from liquidations. You can also do isolated. Isolated means, let's say you open up a position for $100 with a position value of $100, but you only invest $50, and then you can do isolated and say, okay, I only want to invest these $50, and if the price drops in half, and you would basically get liquidated because you would reach the liquidation level, and it doesn't use the rest of the money that you have in your account. So it basically protects the money that you have in your account and only uses the money that you have in that position under margin. Yeah, that's when you do isolated. However, most people will do cross most of the time. And that's basically it. And you can set a take profit or stop loss order here. You click here and you can obviously close it via market order all the time. And now it's closed. And one thing that is special about derivatives is that you have funding. Here on Lighter, funding will be charged or paid every hour. And you can see here the 1 hour funding rate. For Bitcoin, it's quite low. It's 0.0012%. So basically 10.5% per year. And that can also change, as you can see here for other cryptocurrencies. The 8 hour funding rate is quite different. And it's basically flexible, and it always depends if more people are short or long, and then it can be positive or negative, meaning right now it's positive. So if you're in a long position, you are paying that. If you're in a short position, you are receiving basically this amount, and if it's negative, you would get that amount if you are in a long position when funding is negative, and vice versa. So it basically makes sure, or it basically incentivizes you to go short because more people right now are long than short, which is the case most of the time in crypto. And that's why the funding rate is mostly positive. And that's basically it. One thing we didn't talk about yet are the fees. On Lighter right now, I'm paying 0.02% taker fee, meaning when I do a market order, I pay 0.02%. And with the limit order, they always want to incentivize limit orders because it brings liquidity to the order book. I'm only paying 0.002%. However, I'm using the premium account right now. And you could also use the standard account, and then you would pay nothing, but you have like some latency of 300 milliseconds. 1000 milliseconds would be 1 second. So it's basically a third of a second latency. And you can change that in a portfolio, and then you can change your account type from premium to standard or vice versa. And you can basically change that every 24 hours. And so you can go back and forth between these accounts depending what you want to do. And there are also public pools. So for example, the Lighter liquidity provider is basically a market maker for the exchange, and you can invest in that. And as you can see right now, the APR, so the annual interest rate, is around 37%. It can go up and down, so it's not fixed. It depends how profitable the market maker is. And as you can see right now, from the last 7 days, it only lost money on one day, 0.07%, and on the other days, it was profitable. So it's actually making some money here. And that's basically it in terms of Lighter. If you have any question about it, please feel free to use the comments down below. If you find that video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you don't have an account yet, feel free to use the link down in the description to get more Lighter points and more tokens when they do the airdrop. So thanks for watching.